Wait, so was he trying to casually date and you were all in?
Yeah, girl. Anyways, long story short, it wasn't that cute of a relationship at first. I hated him. I loved him. I dated the backup to piss him off, which worked.
Yes.
Welcome back, or welcome to Uncle ABL. And in today's video, we're talking about NFL football player Matt Stafford's wife, Kelly, going on a podcast and completely embarrassing him. Now, I don't know why she did this. I don't know the motivation. Is she trying to get money? Is she trying to have an exit plan? I have no idea. But for some reason, she shared a story about how she was able to make Matt Stafford commit to her. Basically, it was a tale of manipulation. So, a little bit of context here. They're going to UGA, University of Georgia. Matt's a big-time quarterback, and he was drafted in 2009, first round, first overall pick. So, if you have 18, 19-year-old Kelly coming onto the campus as a freshman, and you have Matt Stafford as a senior, the biggest football player in the country, she knows exactly who he is and exactly where he's going. She comes in with a plan. Okay, he wants to date me casually, not really being serious. Okay, I'm going to manipulate him, and then we're going to get together. We're going to be married. We're going to have kids, which is exactly what happened. Now, $1 million question before we get to that clip we saw earlier and a few more clips. $1 million question. Who was the guy that she dated? And we could put two and two together. We're not really that silly. We know that she was probably fornicating with the guy. Who was she with to make this guy upset? Now, of course, you have Matt Stafford in the middle, number 7, and these guys are backups. I don't know which one it is. It doesn't even really matter. The point is that she did quite a bit to get Matt Stafford. And you know what's happening right now, in my opinion? He was drafted as a senior from UGA in 2009. It's now 2024. He's still in the league, 36 years old. You know what that means. He's about to retire. So, okay, if you're going to retire, I want to have my next thing already set up. All right, cool. I'll be a podcaster, and the way I'm going to just jump in the water is embarrass you right quick. Even if this is what happened and it's fine for them, why would you say that? If that was me and that was my origin story, I would take that to the grave. You would never hear about that. Now, we got to get into a few videos before we keep on rocking into the meat and potatoes. This one is about being a trad wife and things of this nature. I really want to play this because this is a very popular thing happening now. People want to be trad wives. But is that what you want to do when you have the Matt Stafford wives of the world running around? I'm not really sure, but check it out.
Men are like, we want a traditional woman. We want a woman at home, taking care of me, taking care of the kids, cooking, cleaning, doing all this. And women are like, have done the feminism. They've done the 9 to 5. They're all broke. They're unhappy. They're like, why are we working so hard? This sucks. And then they're like, okay, we accept your terms. And then men are like, okay. And then we're like, okay, so that's going to take a lot of money to have this life. So are you going to be a provider full time? Are you going to give me and the children the lives that we want? And then as soon as women turn it on men and accept, men are like, oh my gosh, you're just all gold diggers. And then it's like, so what do you want from us? There's no winning. Yeah, we do want to be at home with the kids. And yeah, if we do that, you have to provide, sweetheart.
Let's just pause for a minute. Now, I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. I have no problem paying all the bills. I have no problem doing all that, but you're not just going to be at the house doing nothing. You're going to have something to do aside from taking care of the kids. That's a noble profession. Okay, that's cool, but you can't just be at the house doing nothing. And I don't know what Kelly, his wife, Matt Stafford's wife, was doing aside from raising, I think they got 4 kids. I'm not sure what she was doing before that, but now we see what kind of activity she's getting involved with, podcasting, revealing embarrassing secrets from college when they first started dating. You see what I'm saying? So you're getting into things that are kind of destructive. How about have a constructive hobby that you do, something aside from just having everything revolve around me, because that could be a negative thing, especially in the future. All right. So that's that. Look, I receive what you said, but there's the other side. Let's keep on going here. Now, this is going to be the full clip from the podcast off the vine. I mean, why even do this? Matt Stafford, I'm sure he has plenty of millions of dollars. Why do this? Also, someone else doing something like this when their husband about to retire, Savannah James, LeBron James' wife. all of a sudden now she got a podcast and she's taking pictures and showing little parts of her body. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I just don't get it. But let's go ahead and watch this. Then we're going to see one more where a woman is responding to this, talking about, hey, you guys shouldn't even be upset. It's not really that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Wait, so was he trying to casually date and you were all in?
Yeah, girl. Anyways, long story short, what?
So you see Matt right there, just typical young kid, Southern gentleman. She, same thing. They look like boy and girl next door.
Wasn't that cute of a relationship at first. I hated him. I loved him. I dated the backup to piss him off.
Now, when she says she dated the backup, what does that really mean? In my mind, I'm thinking that they were hunching, fornicating.
Which
Oh,
worked.
yes.
He was like,
that'll do it.
He was the bad boy too. Like Matthew's so sweet and Southern gentleman and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And the backup was the complete opposite.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, and it upset him. So they lived in the same dorm because athletes lived in the same dorm, and he was
Not only this is the guy on the same team, but they're living on the same dorm. They might even be friends. So this is a complete manipulation tactic that you did.
see my car there. And so at one point he like waited and followed me out and got in my car and wouldn't get out.
Stop.
And he was
You're
like,
this is so hot.
I was like, this is amazing. It's working.
Yeah.
I was get out of my car and he was like, he's not right for you. And I was like, what? You can't tell me that.
All right. So that's that. Pure manipulation. And again, Matt Stafford was a senior when they started dating, from what I was able to read, and she was a freshman. And this is probably the biggest quarterback in the entire nation of college football, because he was drafted right after this, first round, first overall to the Detroit Lions. And I think he's still on the Lions right now, if I'm not mistaken. Now, let's keep on going here. This person responded talking about, stop lying about Kelly Stafford and Matt Stafford in college. He was a star QB at UGA. She had one high school boyfriend before him and wanted to date Stafford exclusively, but he was playing the field. So she dated someone else. Lucky for him, he didn't fumble the bag and marry her. All right, let's check it out.
There is a viral clip going around that is completely out of context of Matthew Stafford's wife, Kelly Stafford, talking about how they met in college.
I dated the backup to piss him off.
I have personal knowledge of how absolutely lovely this couple is. I just hate fake news. Let's roll it back. Make sure you watch till the end so you know what really happened.
Wait, he was the bad boy too. Like Matthew's so sweet and Southern gentleman and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And the backup was the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Met him, spent the evening with him, did
Yeah.
not let him touch me the first time. I was I was still coming out of high school. I was in a long relationship in high school.
Okay, so you're a prude. Okay, got it.
Oh, 100%.
I'm only saying that because I was a huge slut. So that's
Man, I mean, these podcasts, like, what are we doing? Why would you listen, if I'm Matt Stafford and I'm I'm about to retire. I'm trying to, parlay into other things. I'm not just playing football. I'm trying to go do broadcasting. I'm trying to get into other business. Here you are with this girl with a graphic tee on talking about, oh, I was a huge slut. Man, what in the world? I don't get it, man. This right here, regardless of what, even if they're a lovely couple and everything's all peaches and cream, this is a terrible decision to do this kind of podcast.
amazing.
You know what? I had been with one guy. He was like, this is fun. I was like, oh, we're in a relationship? Because that's all I knew.
Yeah.
I didn't know casual dating.
She had literally had one boyfriend.
He's dating like 12s. Like he's dating supermodels.
Yeah.
While people are leaving crude comments about how she dated the backup quarterback, Matthew Stafford had an absolute one-of-a-kind girl who loved him and wanted to date exclusively, and he was playing the field still. And so when she moved
Oh, she loved him. She loved him. Dating exclusively. Oh, it was about that. Not the fact that he was the best quarterback in the nation and was drafted first round, first overall to the NFL. Nothing to do with that at all. Nothing to do with that at all. And when she came in as a freshman, he was a senior, get ready to go to the NFL. Come on, man. Like, let's be serious. Let's be serious.
moved away, then he realized she was the love of his life. She also said that some of the girls that Matthew was dating were rushing her sorority house. So she had to like talk to them and be nice to them. And that would have been absolutely excruciating. I'm sorry, but this is not a story about how Kelly Stafford did anything wrong. This is actually the story of a hotshot quarterback who could have had any girl in the world, but realized that he already had the love of his life and he almost fumbled the bag. So if you see this clip flying around the internet, make sure you tag us. It's Giving Sports, and let's.
Nah, I'm cool. We cool with that. We cool with that. Not all these silly podcasts. I'm good. Cause you got a podcast, they got a podcast, everybody got a podcast. I'm good. But let me come back. As I close, I want to say this. I wish that they have a good relationship. Okay, they've been married for what, about 19 years. They got kids. So hopefully everything goes well with them. But let's not act like this was not manipulation. That's what this was. She said it. I dated the backup quarterback. That made him mad. And then the girl was like, yeah, that'll do it. This is what this was. They're trying to just excuse it away. And for guys in this situation, when you have success, when you have some kind of level of visibility, when you have money, you're going to come across these women and they're going to be very, very, very cunning. Oh, man, they're going to do a lot. They're going to do things you wouldn't even think of because you're not in their mind of trying to make somebody do something. You're trying to accomplish a goal. They are trying to accomplish the goal of getting you to accomplish their goals. So it's a whole different set of things that you are going over in your mind to make that happen. So be careful out there. Don't fall for the manipulation. I hope, again, they do well, but let's not act like this was a good thing to say. And even if, to say it one more time, even if everything's all good, happily ever after, kids are going to be great, even if there is no reason to even say this other than trying to embarrass this man, using this man's name to get your janky podcast lifted off the ground. And I don't think it's really appropriate to do a thing like that to your husband or wife. And that's pretty much all I got. Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.